How did you bring them in? You're young, you don't know their space better than them. How did you know what good looked like? Why do you think they joined a 26-year-old, no offense, who didn't know what good looked like and only knew pharmacy?
Yeah, I do think I was able to focus on the things that I thought I had to be good at, and I was sort of more naturally inclined to be good at, which was things like raising money and setting the vision and everything external. And we did have a big vision, and it was a clear vision, so there was no muddiness around what we were trying to achieve, and it was a big vision. As far as understanding who was good and not good, I mean, a lot of it was intuition and trying to read people. And I think it's hard to articulate how to manage intuition or how to be better at reading people, but it was a lot of that. And then it's plausible that I completely made the statistic up. But at one point, somebody told me that the difference between the worst and the best hiring managers was roughly like, if you're a terrible hiring manager, you're right like 40% of the time. And if you're an amazing hiring manager, like world class, you're right like 65, maybe 70% of the time. And my takeaway from that was like, well, I better be really good at changing my mind if I'm wrong. And that's the only way to get to like 90+% is if you hire someone that's not going to work out, be really quick at making that call and trying again. And I took that to heart, and I definitely behaved that way as we built the team.
I totally agree, and I get you. Can I just ask one, which is like, how do you determine whether someone just needs more time? This is something I struggle with. I think a lot of founders struggle with. People can take a while to get used to new environments, new decision-making structures. How do you determine between TJ, enough's enough, and hey, we should give them another 2 weeks?
I mean, I was incredibly impatient. I mean, it's probably my biggest flaw is being pretty impatient. I think for me, like once I was on that trajectory, I made the call. Like I didn't dilly-dally around these things a whole lot. The only delaying was really because it's hard, right? It's like personally difficult to do that. But I was very decisive on this stuff. And I think it came from the fact that I was just generally impatient as an operator.
No, I totally get it. Listen, I think impatience is really important. I think, and the trouble with Europe is we're very patient. Tomorrow, yeah. we'll get on to execution.
Yeah,
but
Americans are quite impatient folk.
Oh my God, nightmares.